James Smith here, the Tattoo Butcher. Today we're going to be doing a quick and easy way to do pulled pork, from preparing it to cooking it. So first steps first. Today the cut I'm using is a pork butt. So this is the bottom end of your shoulder. It's got loads of fat in it, it's nice and tasty, it's great for pulled pork. So the pork butt that I'm using today is a little bit smaller. It's more of a half-size butt rather than a full-size one. And they're really easy to prepare. There's not much to do, so we're going to kind of work our way through it, and I'll just explain it slowly as I go. So the first thing is, I would have liked to put a pork shoulder with a little bit more fat on it. This one is a little bit lean, so when you do look for one, try and find one with a little bit more fat, and then at least it'll hold its moisture on a bit better. I'm going to take the pork skin off. So this is quite easy. Have a nice sharp knife. It can be bigger, can be smaller, as long as you can kind of get your way under the skin. And we just want to work our way, kind of peel that up first. And then all I'm going to do is put my blade up, trying to leave as much of this good fat on as we can. We're just trying to take the skin off, so you don't need to go too crazy and take all the fat off as well. Pointing the blade up rather than down, that way you won't cut into your meat. So once we've trimmed our skin off, we're going to flip it over. Now we're just going to take our little neck bone out. So all we need to do is just clear that trim out. Again, like everything, we can use all this stuff, save it for your sausages. I'm just going to follow that bone around. Again, everything's going to be different. This is a smaller cut, so it's only got a smaller part of the neck bone in it. And I usually like to leave my blade bone in. Just keeps a little bit of flavour in it. That's what we need to do. So all we're really doing is taking our neck bone out and taking that skin off the top and trimming that down. Like I said, I would have liked the shoulder with a little bit more fat on it. This one is quite a lean shoulder, but again, it's still going to do the same job without being too fussy, and just check if you've got any little bits of bone left around it as well. All this fat's good fat and it's all tasty, so keep it in there. So next step, I'm going to use a traditional American mustard and kind of just spray that on. We want to rub that in nice and deep all the way around the shoulder, just using it as a bit of a base so my dry rub sticks nice and cleanly to it. Again, get your hands a little bit messy on this, guys. Once we've done that, we're going to add our dry rub. So our dry rub today, you can just use salt and pepper. This is something I've used a few times. It's a bit of a secret recipe. Again, it doesn't matter too much what kind of rub you're using. There's so many good barbecue rubs out there. It all depends on the flavour that you're wanting to get out of it, really. And just rub that in nice and deep. It's important that you do rub it in, not just kind of sprinkle it. You want to really get it in there. Get messy with it. Just make sure it's rubbed in, all areas are covered, and then we're pretty much ready to go, guys. So today for our pork butt, we're cooking on the Charmate Lawson smoker. This is a great beginner barbecue and also up to the high end as well. It does everything that we need it to do. It holds temp really well, and it's just an all-round good barbecue. Cook time for this, guys, we're looking at about 4 hours at 150 degrees. I usually take mine out at that stage, and then once we've taken it out, we're going to wrap it with tin foil, and we're going to put our barbecue sauce, brown sugar and butter, wrapping it all up nice and tight, and putting it back in for another 2 to 3 hours, okay? And just go off feel. You'll feel through the tin foil how soft it's getting. Once we've got it to the point where it's really nice and soft, we're going to take it out, we're going to rest it for probably 15 to 20 minutes, and then we're ready to pull. Cool, so once we've rested our pork butt, all we need to do is take it out of the tin foil. We can feel it's already nice and soft. There's a good bit of heat still on there. Some awesome smells coming out of there. Now all we need to do is pull it apart. So it should just basically just fall apart. And that's what we're talking about. We can feel as we go. Just make sure you take any little bones out too. And feel as you go how soft it is, and I can already feel through the tin foil that this is, you know, basically just breaking apart, and that's what we want. Make sure you get all those bones out. We've got a beautiful smell coming out of that as well. Today we're making burgers, so we want to make sure that that's really pulled, but it's super tender, super tasty. So once you finish pulling it all, I always like to add one of my favourite sauces. That is my Cully's Chipotle and Honey Barbecue sauce. It's got a nice little bit of spice, and it's also got an awesome taste to it, And this is just it's just perfect for your pulled pork burgers or whatever you're trying to add it into. But I always add a generous amount. Once you've added a generous amount, just make sure you give it a nice good mix through. So I've added a generous amount through, and we're just going to really mix it through now. And again, everyone's got their own limit of how much sauce they like and how much sauce they don't like, but I'm a big fan, so I always add a little bit more than I probably should.